Welcome back to the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Thank you for staying with us. Are politicians more of a hindrance than a help when it comes to policing? Is there too much political interference in the police force? These were some of the questions posed to former Police Commissioner Vernon Fossois in a Hot 7 TV interview. Small island politics usually means that politicians have a hand in everything. When it comes to the operations of a police force, this can get tricky. Decisions made for political expediency can have significant impact on the police force. Former Police Commissioner Vernon Fossois says too much political interference is something that commissioners need to be wary of and stand firm against when lines are crossed.
You need to see when there is an overreaching on the part of the minister for you to be able to be sufficiently comfortable in nice way. So this is the way it should be done. And I've had this kind of issues with ministers, when I deal with them. But you have to be comfortable that you know what is right and you do the right thing. You do not play to the tune of the minister.
Fossois says there is sometimes a level of intimidation, but says commissioners need to know their role and rise to the occasion. And sometimes it may mean cutting ties.
I suppose it may have to do something has to do with, in some cases, in the Caribbean scenario where you have people who they are not comfortable that the minister might fire them or they might not be in a job. So I do not know that if you have risen to a level of, I think commissioner is grade 20, if you have risen to a level of grade 20, that you should have this kind of fear as well. You should understand that if you have to part company with the minister, then so be it really.
So was this what happened during Fossois' tenure? He says he never agreed to retire in the public interest, as was stated by former Prime Minister Dr. Kenny Anthony. Rather, he says he retired in his personal interest, and the government of the day, he says, greatly influenced his decision to retire.
I felt uncomfortable working in an environment where I think I did my very best to make St. Lucia a safe place. I gave my life to making St. Lucia a safe place. And the way that whole situation was treated by the government of the day, I was not comfortable with it. And I do not want to continue in an environment where I, would have had to, I'll have to pull back because I wouldn't be comfortable to ask the police officers to still go out there and do this and do that, and that would have been the result.
He does acknowledge the important role of a national security minister in shaping policy and allocating resources to the police force. He says there is a need for collaboration and mutual respect. He says the key is for both ministers and the hierarchy of the force to know their roles. The facilitator of a customer service workshop for minibus drivers of the Grosley Minibus Owners Association is weighing in on a viral video showing a heated altercation between a driver and a passenger. Russell Lake says there is a lot to be learned from what has unfolded.
Just a few months ago, after the Grosley Minibus Association embarked on a mission to clean up its marred image with a training seminar, an incident which was recorded and shared onto social media has threatened to undo all of the efforts made. The Monday afternoon release of a video which showed a verbal and at times physical altercation between a minibus driver and a female has once again thrust the association into a bad light, as over the years complaints about overly aggressive and unprofessional drivers have been made. A customer service training seminar was held for the drivers to attend in August to address a number of matters including road safety and prudent financial management. However, the main focal point was to tackle the reason behind the numerous complaints from the public about the drivers. Fast forward to Monday, the 18th of November, one of the facilitators of the seminar, Russell Lake, addressed the situation. Lake said episodes like these are the precise reasons that the seminar was held, to turn the mess into a message.
This scenario is part of the customer service module that I was responsible for, in terms of, even though you may be within your rights, but the fallout from this will not serve you very well, because it's gone viral and there were so many opinions about it, you being now seen as one who you lost your cool. However, from the minibus operator's perspective, he can be seen as something of a hero, whereby they are also being abused on the bus stands and when they drive these minibuses. And we have not seen what happened on the bus for the lady to feel aggrieved.
With that said, Lake explained that one should look beyond the video content and question every aspect of the situation as well as the people involved.
You will not hear how good, quote-unquote, Yellow has been to his commuters, to his passengers. You will not hear how much he has had to take in terms of abuse from people. What you see there is a minibus operator responding to a passenger who is demanding that he return his cellular telephone, that she was disrespected, and that she would not pay the fare. I'm happy that the president spoke, and he made it very clear, although there's investigation and he's off of the stand, do not withhold the fare from a minibus operator who is fulfilling the contract of transporting you from point A to point B. It is not incumbent on you to decide if you are paying or if you're not paying, no matter what transpires.
Lake said there is practice that one must remember, and there are ways to deal with the situation should it get out of hand. He revealed that the minibus driver has been disciplined.
Unfortunately, as a result of whatever transpired, he has been suspended. It means that his ability to make money as a bus operator is now delayed. We don't know for how long, until the investigation is able to come up with something. And he is now the subject of a whole lot of discussion and can be even the object of, jokes. And to the bus operators now, you've been taught, breathe a little bit, count to 10. Don't let one person spoil your day and make this go as viral as it is now. You have a lot of questions to answer, and plus, for the rest of your life, that scenario is going to be used to define you by some people who will not let it rest that you were in maybe an abusive situation. They saw your reaction. They never saw what created the situation in the first place.
The seminar facilitator said this situation should have never taken place. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I'm Rochelle Gonzalez.
Thank you very much, Rochelle. Members of the music fraternity took ECHO officials to task at ECHO's music forum held over the weekend. The sentiments of radio personality Russell Lake on efficiency and integrity of the ECHO agency seem to have reflected the opinion of many long-standing ECHO members. The entertainers engaged in various discussions aimed at moving the music fraternity forward. Jacques Wooding tells us more.
Local music composers and artists came together to air their grievances and seek consensus on a way forward at the 2019 ECHO Music Forum. At the head table sat representatives of ECHO, ART, AMPP, CDF, Balance Inc., and Creative Industries, who each addressed the fraternity on their role and current status in the music industry. Following these presentations was a heated question and answer segment during which fraternity members demanded answers on the apparent disregard of the agencies towards the very issues which they were formed to address. Local radio personality Russell Lake was at the forefront of these discussions as he called upon ECHO Vice Chairholder Ian Sanchez on the issue of royalty collection and artist payment. Lake, who is a radio professional, rubbishes Sanchez's claims of the failure to pay on part of the media outlets.
A few years ago, there was very tough talk from ECHO, and which I was elated about, regarding the fact that it appeared that ECHO had finally gotten teeth in terms of the ability, through, I thought, legislation, to prosecute offending radio stations or entities which weren't in compliance with signing up and paying the royalties. The current constitution of, when I say the makeup of ECHO, are you all able to, because the way you're talking here, you have to ask 50 cents and if and maybe, I thought it was like, you have to pay, and if you don't pay, here's what's going to happen to you. I haven't heard that.
Lake's argument was closely followed by Terry T.C. Brown-Cadet, who has in the past been very vocal on issues he has faced with ECHO.
There's so many things I took note of, and if I have to speak on them, trust me, you will think Russell is my brother. ECHO. It's sad that the CEO is not there. And I say this with no apology. I feel that's the kind of feeling I'm starting to get from the ECHO organization.
Cadet says that as a long-standing member of the agency, who is very actively attended meetings, He will not be deterred by excuses in regards to the agency's economic status and ability to pay members. He challenged ECHO to provide proper reasoning for media houses non-complying, an issue which he claims did not prevail under previous ECHO administration.
Would it be fair to say that ever since the dethroning of Steve, we've seen zero progress? Would it be fair to say that? Why are these stations non-compliant? Why? And it's law.
Moving forward, an official forum report will be presented to all key music agencies, and a 5-member committee, which was selected at the end of the meeting, will review the information acquired and prepare a systematic and detailed plan to remedy the challenges in St. Lucia's music industry, thereby allowing more scope to develop the creative arts in general. This plan is expected to be completed within the next 4 to 6 weeks. For Hot 7 News, I am Jacques Williams.
Approximately 130,000 Barbados Light and Power Company Limited customers were left without electricity for most of Monday following an island-wide blackout that started at around 7:29 a.m. and led to the early closure of schools and several businesses by midday. Barbados Light and Power later blamed the outage on contaminated fuel compounded by aging generator equipment, half of which is past its retirement age. Despite restoring power to the entire island after Monday's island-wide power outage, the company was struck by another issue on Tuesday, plunging many into darkness once again. Barbados's Prime Minister Mia Mottley labeled the power issues as unacceptable and embarrassing. She noted that for some, it had been 24 hours without water and many hours without power. Mottley addressed the nation on Tuesday and called on the electric company and its parent company to meet with her urgently. Pledging to resolve the issue, she stated that her first priority is the security and well-being of citizens. This is the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Stay with us. There's more news coming up after the break.